People misunderstand kindness when they have never learned to value it. The world teaches people to respond to softness with selfishness, humility with entitlement, and friendliness with disrespect. When you are too friendly, too warm, too giving, something dangerous begins to happen. People start believing they deserve you. They start thinking your presence is guaranteed. They begin to assume you will always say yes, always show up, always be available, always give more than you receive. And without realizing it, you slowly lose pieces of yourself trying to hold together relationships that would collapse the moment you stop trying. You don't become too friendly because you are weak. You become too friendly because you are raised with a pure heart, a forgiving spirit, and a natural softness that believes in the good in people. You want to help. You want to support. You want to be there. But the truth no one tells you is this: when you give too much, people learn to take too much. When you care too deeply, people learn to treat your care like oxygen, always present, always available, always expected. And when you finally step back, they act shocked. They accuse you of changing. They accuse you of being distant. They accuse you of being cold. But the truth is, you didn't change. You just stopped allowing yourself to be drained. The moment you stop being too friendly, you start to see everything clearly. You begin to understand that some people never loved you. They loved your kindness. They loved what you gave, not who you were. They loved the access, not the relationship. They loved the benefit of being around you, not the responsibility of treating you right. And that is why stepping back is painful but necessary. It is the moment when your heart finally wakes up to the reality that not everyone deserves your gentleness. There is a version of you that still thinks being overly friendly will make people like you, appreciate you, respect you, and treat you well. But the truth is, friendliness without boundaries invites takers, manipulators, and users. People can sense when you don't value yourself. They can sense when you're afraid to say no. They can sense when you're hesitant to disappoint them. And that is exactly when they push further, drain deeper, and take more than they should. Being too friendly is like leaving your doors unlocked in a world full of opportunists. Sooner or later, someone will walk in and take what was never theirs. You don't need to harden your heart. You need to protect it. You don't need to be rude. You need to set limits. You don't need to become cold. You need to become clear. True strength is not in being friendly to everyone. It is in being selective with your energy. Your peace is currency. Your time is currency. Your presence is currency. And when you give it to the wrong people, you bankrupt yourself emotionally. There comes a moment in life where you get tired of explaining yourself, tired of trying to make everyone comfortable, tired of being the one who adjusts while others remain rigid, tired of giving chances to people who wouldn't give you one, tired of being the emotional support for people who vanish when you need the same, tired of pretending you're okay with being overlooked, underestimated, and underappreciated because you don't want to cause conflict. That tiredness is not weakness, it is awakening. It is the beginning of your transformation. You begin to recognize that you lose yourself when you try to keep everyone else. You start to notice that people treat you based on the standards you set or fail to set. If you accept disrespect, it will continue. If you always forgive without accountability, people will repeat the same behaviors. If you show up too easily, people stop valuing your presence. If you never say no, people stop asking what you want. And slowly, from the inside, your spirit begins to feel empty. You become exhausted from trying to be everything for everyone while being almost nothing for yourself. When you stop being too friendly, you reclaim your power. You reclaim your voice. You reclaim your boundaries. You reclaim your identity. You stop allowing people to treat you like an emotional convenience. You stop entertaining people who only appear when they want something. You stop allowing your kindness to be manipulated, and you realize something important. Not everyone should be in your life. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not everyone deserves your attention, your time, or your love. People will guilt trip you when you pull back. They will say you've changed, and that's exactly the point. You were never meant to remain the watered-down version of yourself created by their expectations. Growth requires distance. Healing requires silence. Strength requires solitude. The moment you stop being too friendly, your life begins to filter itself. People who were only there for the benefits disappear. People who were only there for convenience fade away. People who used your friendliness as fuel for their selfishness fall out of your life naturally. And the ones who remain, those are the people who value you for you. You will notice something else. The moment you stop being too friendly, the room changes. Your presence becomes stronger. Your silence becomes powerful. Your absence becomes noticeable. You begin to walk with a confidence that doesn't need approval. You begin to speak with a tone that doesn't ask for permission. You begin to choose yourself without guilt. This is the version of you that grows. This is the version of you that attracts respect. This is the version of you that stops being the backup plan and becomes the main character in your own life. People will always test your boundaries, but you must remember, every time you say yes to something draining, you are saying no to your own peace. Every time you allow someone to walk over you, you are allowing them to shape your identity. Every time you let someone take advantage of your friendliness, you are teaching them how to treat you. But the beautiful part is you can unteach them. You can reset the dynamic. You can rewrite the story. You can choose yourself at any moment. Your kindness is a gift, but not everyone deserves to unwrap it. Your friendliness is light, but not everyone wants to walk in it. Your gentleness is comfort, but not everyone knows how to honor it. When you begin to protect your energy, you begin to elevate your life. You start attracting people who match your effort, who appreciate your presence, who value your mind, who reciprocate your kindness. You stop accepting crumbs and start demanding the respect you deserve. You are not here to please everyone. You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are not here to be liked by everyone. You are here to grow, to evolve, to choose peace, to protect your heart, and to surround yourself with people who pour into you just as much as you pour into them. Being friendly is beautiful, but being too friendly destroys your spirit. The world does not need a version of you that is exhausted, used, and unappreciated. The world needs the version of you that knows when to step back, when to speak up, when to say no, when to walk away, and when to protect your energy above everything else. That version of you is powerful. That version of you is respected. That version of you is unstoppable. Stop being too friendly. Start being honest about what you feel, what you want, and what you deserve. Stop apologizing for having boundaries. Stop shrinking yourself so others feel tall. Stop giving your heart to people who don't know how to carry it. Stop saying yes to everyone when you barely say yes to yourself. The moment you stop trying to keep the peace with others, you finally create peace within yourself. Distance is not disrespect. Silence is not anger. Boundaries are not attitude. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary. It is essential. It is survival. When you stop being too friendly, you start being true to yourself. You start honoring your energy. You start choosing your mental health. You start building a life that is full of respect, value, and balance. The right people will never be offended by your boundaries. The wrong people will always be. Let that be your filter. Let that be your guide. Let that be the truth that sets you free. Your life begins to elevate the moment you stop overgiving to people who undervalue you. Your glow returns. Your confidence grows. Your spirit breathes again. This is your reminder. You are not too much. You are just too much for the wrong people. Stop being too friendly. Protect your energy and watch how your entire world changes.